Hello, everyone. Oh, echo. Still have me speakers on the background. Naughty, naughty Chad. Anyway, hello, hello, hello. Okay. This is an AT Friday line battle. Oh, look at this. Isn't it wonderful? Who's that? It's Curly O'Connor from the 2nd. Look at those fine fellows. Anyway, let's tell you about the teams as the artillery gets set up. We have the 3E on the United Kingdom. This is United Kingdom versus those dastardly ostriches, as you can see on the top right. So it is the 2nd, the 3E, and that's pretty much it. And on their opposing side, they have the 65Y, the 28th RH, the 31st, the LE, and the 80 in there as well. Oh, so many people in there. Look at that. The Fusiliers. Oh, God, so many people in there. And the VE as well. So, a good turnout, as you can see. 86 and 71. So, it's going to be an interesting battle. Now, as you can see, there's General Spaztastic. Great name, by the way, from the 2nd QLOC. And you can see these guys making their way out. Now, let's get an idea of what these guys are planning. As a cannonball takes down Deville already. Fantastic shot, by the way. Deville probably won't think so, but we'll see. Anyway, here is the artillery hill on top of this rather desolate and barren map. And you can see now that you've got cavalry at the rear. And you can see skirmishers kind of guarding. So they're going to be guarding the artillery, but we can see the lines moving out now. Now you can see the lines look like... Yeah, you've got the Scots Guards there remaining in place. And you've also got the enemy cavalry sneaking around in the centre. Now, over here by the river, we have a section of lights, by the look of it, pushing up. Now, they're going to be looking to ford that river and start to be a little bit aggressive. And here they are, the 7E, under the command of Lieutenant Papoose. And these guys are going to be crossing. And this is what they're going to be looking to go up against. The likes of this gentleman, General Spaztastic. And his lovely line. Look at those fine fellows. Don't they look wonderful? And now you can see the cavalry. Oh, this is interesting. You can see the cavalry sniffing around, looking for an opportunity to maybe see if they can decimate some of those lights. So those lights have got to be very careful. But they might be in luck. Ah, there we go. The 28th RH. So, there's Mishui. Or Mishu. And you can see they're looking for an opportunity to push. So I guess that's friendly cavalry by the fact that they drove past them and didn't kill them all. But here you can see the other cavalry going up against each other as Englefish with another nice kill onto the enemy artillery. Now let's see if we can get an idea where the other enemy, or where the other artillery is. As, oh dear, right in the pussy. Oh dear. Unfortunately, has just shot himself right in the pussy and fallen off the server. So, the cavalry is going to be quite an interesting... Ah, there's the opposing team's cannons. So, and there is Duke. Now, what we'll see if we can find out going on is how the enemy, those evil ostriches, are going to be pushing against the likes of the Brits. And this is what we're looking at. So there's Colonel Ryan from the 65Y with his line behind the hill, waiting for an opportunity to go up against the Brits. And you can see that the problem is they're having at the moment is that they can't really get in there because the cavalry is staying in the area. And if they go in there, they will get completely and utterly butchered. Now, behind them, supporting them, we have additional members. Oh, look at this lineup. Look at these guys from the 31st. Look at that. Oh, that is just beautiful. That is a photograph waiting to happen. That is just absolutely fantastic. Look at that. So anyway, You also have a few surrendering hussars there, and what looks like equivalent of dragoons. And there, of course, is the DRGPA. I think, maybe. We could be wrong. We'll call them the LE just to be on the safe side. And there is Mad 10. And the battle is underway, ladies and gentlemen. As the firing commences, you can see, yeah, looks like cavalry are making a run up towards this artillery section up here. And they're trying to defend it. So, yeah, it looks like they've gone for the Austrian artillery. So we're following now, as you can see, the cavalry coming charging in to the Austrian artillery with the artillery. That was kind of a combination of Austria and artillery, the Austrartillery. The Austrian artillery guards trying to defend themselves against this attack. And there we go. Looks like lots of stabby goings on in the centre here. Cannons continuing to fire to the right and the left of them. Corporal Raleigh gets sliced across the back, goes down. And now you can see the dragoons moving in to try and support them. And this is not a good situation. But on the plus side, it looks like the enemy ouch. I was about to say the enemy cavalry has been forced back, but then immediately the people attacking the enemy cavalry or the enemy artillery actually suddenly came under massive attack there as the 3E got absolutely butchered by the hussars there. Very, very nasty. Very, very nasty. The poor 3E got absolutely air-conditioned there, as it looks like we've just lost more of the LE. And a fine stab going in there from Say What, or into Say What I should say, yes. As Cadet Arango is still trying to deal with this troublesome Englishman in the middle, who is taking a little, and it's Stav. Well, it isn't anymore. And now they have been finished off. But we could be talking about cavalry on cavalry action, boys and girls. Yes, indeed. That's exactly what we're seeing now. A little bit of drive-by horsey. And now you've got these artillery guards who are over on one side. Whoops-a-daisy. Oh, heavens. That's not good, as we're starting to lose people off the server. And here are the AT. Varexia trying to defend himself. As you can see from these cavalry are making runs by. And here is Safe as a Pie. Great name. So they're continuing to try and disrupt the Austrian artillery. Meanwhile, the English artillery continues to fire on them. Oh my god, this is like... Oh, this is terrible. This is literally like from the American... you know, the Indians going round and round and round with the Americans stuck in the middle. All we need... Oh, here we go. Here might be some backup. Never free Palestine. And this could be a good situation for them. We'll have to see as the cavalry continues. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, fine. Slicer. As he pauses to sniff. And here comes, look at this, the Austrian lights doing a fantastic job moving up and taking down multiple members of the British defenders of the artillery. And now the Scots are coming. The Black Watch is moving out. And there's Captain Jamie moving out with these guys, looking to move to an outflanking position, which is exactly what they're doing. And they like see them coming and know they have to make a run for it. So these guys are literally going to make a run for it. But they are supported by Austrian Jaegers. Now, these guys, oh, listen to those bullets and shrapnel. These guys have the advantage of the range as Papoose gets taken down by a fine shot from Recruit Grant from the 2nd Irish. And you can see now that these guys making use of the cover of the rocks that is available to them, but the lights have been quite badly damaged there. And now you can see over here on the left flank, the Scots Guards doing a fantastic job of supporting their teammates, with the Arty Guard with General Spastastic continuing to force back the Austrians. The Austrians now being forced to retreat. And the trouble is now these skirmishers are kind of in a tricky position. Cover is limited in the area, and they're going to have to try and move to a position where they won't be getting shot at. And that's going to be a problem for them, because now they've got cannonballs coming in their general direction. So let's see if we can look around what's going on now. Here is the Austrian artillery. There is still one Austrian artilleryman remaining. That's Llama Drama. We do approve of the Llama Drama. And out goes the cannonball from said Mr. Drama. And, oh, wow. Look at that. Cannonballs come flying in past Mr. Drama. And you've also got a basic artillery guard from the 80. There's Sergeant Major Warlord and the rest of his troops. So let's see if we can figure out, because most of the action seems to be occurring around the area of, whoa, around the area of the British, oh dear, artillery. So, here you can see, now this is the problem that the guys were going to have. The skirmishers have now been ambushed by cavalry and also Scottish people, and that's also a recipe for disaster. I mean, to be Scottish people and horses, bad combination, especially with swords. So now, and bayonets as well. And this is going to be essentially the problem, because really the skirmishers are not I know, you know, the name skirmishers, but these guys are supposed to usually fight from a distance, and they got ambushed and completely taken apart. And they don't really have the, I mean, they've got toothpicks for swords virtually, under the circumstances. And fighting back against bayonet wielding Scotsmen is pretty much tantamount to disaster. So, and speaking of disaster, there's 2 members of the 65Y managing to catch a cannonball. Correction, 4 members of the 65Y. Holy crap. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a good cannonball shot. Wow. The Austrians definitely came a cropper there. Now you can see up here, more Brits. The Baker Riflemen, so named obviously because of the Baker rifles that they are carrying. Basic rifling on that particular musket, the rifle musket, enables them to shoot a lot more distance with a lot more accuracy. Now, what's going on over here? You can see now a small line moving out. That may be the artillery guard as Lama Drama gets scythed apart, and yet look at that. It looks like their sole artilleryman, Mr. Drama, has been taken down. So now this is going to be a problem for the Austrians. The 80 are trying to defend themselves, but the trouble is now the Austrian artillery is no more. So the cavalry has done its work. But they are doubling back to see if they can actually get any additional people. Now, how many are left? It's 3 left. So these are the only guys remaining. They are basically under attack from lots of Scotsmen and horses and other stuff, and they're trying to defend themselves. One gets barged to the floor, cannonballs coming in, down goes Iberium as well. They're trying to defend themselves. Down goes yet another one, is Aaron, and finally the last man, Sergeant Major Warlord, is finished off. And that is the end of the first round. We'll be right back. And we are live with the next round. Now, let's see if we can find out what's going on. So, let's go up high. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Overlooking the Austrian spawn is our old friend, the 2-dimensional bird. Hello, 2-dimensional bird. He smiles upon this battle. And so, let's see, as we can see lights there. We can see skirmishers, Jaegers, I should say, there. Cannons moving out. So let's get an idea of the lay of the land. So you can see here, you've got Austrian lines moving up the centre. You've got the cavalry snaking around on the right flank, or I would say literally looking to cover going between the right and the left flank. That artillery section is being set up quite near the map. Now, that could be interesting because it means that they can only approach from 3 directions. They can't get surprised from the rear. And who does want to get surprised from the rear? Now, over on the opposing side, you can see the cavalry moving out. And yeah, I think we are having lag spikes. Let's have a look. Yeah, ping's a little bit high, but we'll just see. So there is the Austrian artillery. I think, no, correction, I think that's the English artillery. Yes, it is. As there is the Baker Rifleman. You can see a little bit of lag coming in there at the moment. Oh dear, that's not good. And now, you can see here that this is the English artillery. So you've got the cavalry moving out on the, or sort of snaking around by the left flank, and you've got the Baker riflemen, the skirmishers, moving up the centre. Now let's see where they're going to be going, because what I'm wondering is, where are the Scots Guards? Now, here are the Scots Guards who literally are doing, as their name suggests, guarding. And there we go, the 2nd Scots. There's Sergeant Creed, Hootsmon, Jings Crivens and all that. There's Curly O'Connor, the... Oh dear. Oh, bit of a punch up. There's horse punching going on here. William Pig. Oink oink. And so, you can see here the English artillery setting up. The earthworks obviously will protect them from random cannonballs and fun and games like that. So, let's see, because over here on the left hand side we have a section of cavalry. Now, you can see here that you've got those guys there, the skirmishers, covering the left flank that approaches the hill towards the artillery. You've also got a line here. Oh, God. Oh, dear. That's... Oh, dear. Not good. So the 80 are now moving out. And we shall follow the skirmishers and the lights. Now you can see here, lights moving up on the left hand side with additional forces, predominantly Jaegers by the looks of it, with an additional line also moving up as well. And now you can see that the cavalry, being the opportunistic gits that they are, have jumped on the let's slaughter everybody at the artillery section. So you can see here plenty of Scotsmen. There's Stoneballs, who isn't stony and isn't bally anymore. They have been well and truly cut off. There's Trooper. Now, more cannoneering occurring, and a little bit of team killing. So it's gone a little bit pear-shaped at the moment. So it's possible we may do a reset. We'll have to wait and see what happens. See, 54 and 71. So there will be a little bit of rebalancing between rounds required. And the stabbiness continues on the artillery hill, with a random horse driving past. That man jumps off his horse and starts punching his horse. That's no way to treat your horse. William Pig. Mr. Pig, obviously not a fan of horses. Understandable, under the circumstances. And so Pretoria has just been taken down. And it looks like this artillery section here is going to be finished off. But the cavalry's still snaking around. And I think they might be moving up on the Austrian Jaegers, because this could happen again for the Austrian Jaegers. The problem is with the skirmishers is because they aren't really designed to deal with up-close personal sword-related combat, is that they usually have to have a line nearby in order to essentially protect them, and this is what happens if they don't. So these guys are actually got out of position, away from the cover of their line, and they are paying the price for that now. As Napoleon has been taken down, and another one there, Captain Mazard, and Garrick, and Diamond gets all finished off. And a few horses have been lost, so there we go. They're going to change the map now, and due to server issues, That round won't count. We'll be right back. And so we return after a map change to this rather nice verdant. Well, not that verdant. I mean, you can see there are brown patches in places. So obviously the greenskeeper's not doing a very good job of keeping this golf course in a suitable state. But never mind. Let's see. Yes, leave your horn alone. Thank you. Oh god, he's off again. So you can see here the Black Watch and the riflemen getting set up. The cavalry. And let's fly over and see where the artillery is planning to go. Now, you can see already moving out here the Black Watch and the skirmishers. Let's see what they're going to do. And it looks like they are sort of... See, this is part of the thing that you see quite a lot in this game, is that you sit... Well, okay, maybe you don't see that. Oh, you bunch of spanners. Love them. They're fantastic. Anyway, that aside, this bunch of numpties, one thing you do see is a lot of snaking around of the lines because they want to be able to get into a position that enables them to outflank their enemy, or at least get to a position where they can get a line quicker than their enemy. And as a result of that, that means quite a bit of snaking around so that the enemy can't predict through their spyglasses where their opposing numbers are going to be. So it looks like in the centre we may have a bit of clippity-clop goings on. In the centre is the cavalry. There's the British cavalry making their way past the camera. Now, it looks like here is a very aggressive... Oh, look at that. Homicidal Panda, Sergeant Major for the 2nd QL. And these guys, they're of course General Spaztastic. And these guys are pushing up. Now, the trouble is that this watered area is going to be a little bit of a difficult thing for them to get past. There will be a shallow area here somewhere. Probably I'd say that area there. So they can cross if they need to. But it looks like they're actually having a stand-up fight with these gentlemen over here. And that will be the AT. So you can see the AT trying to stand up against the opposing numbers. And now they're actually supported by skirmishers on their left flank. So it means that the Brits here will probably have to back off. Except possibly this gentleman. Vetch. I legit. So he's now taking a quick shot. And a fine shot into Guardian Chief. Lovely stuff indeed. Now. These guys deciding to move back. The cavalry snaking around on the right hand side. As a lovely shot from Yakazaku. Oh, Jesus Christ. And over here, see, this is exactly the situation that the riflemen want. Riflemen supported by line infantry, along with a bit of random horse punching. Or dactor, I should say. Dear oh dear. Anyway, so now you can see essentially what it means. The line gives the firepower, and the skirmishers give the accuracy. And they are engaging these line of Austrians, who have now had to back off. They've lost quite a lot of their number. And there is the AT, Adjutant Hepti, and Random 123, great name. And the Walrus has been slain. Jean Deville, Major no less, from the 28th RH. Doesn't he look fantastic? That fine coat. So, oh dear. Free Palestine, never Free Palestine, just got taken down. As did FLQP Murat, as the lights are now looking to push back on this left flank, as the cavalry continues to snake around behind them, offering support. As Legit gets taken down, legitimately stabbed, unfortunately for him. So let's see if we can lock in on those guys to find out where that actual bayonet-y fun is occurring. Unfortunately, we may have missed it. We'll have to see. Another round. Ah, the fine Scots Guards. Look at these gentlemen. Now, this is why you need this line here to protect these skirmishers. And so, let's see if we can lock in to find out what's going on with the bayonets. Because there is some bayonet-y goodness occurring right now in the field. But we can't seem to find it. So, here we are, looking at these guys. The lights from the 7th FLQ. Ow! And a nice shot into the AT from Yakuzaku again. Got his name right that time. And now, oh, look at that. The numbers really unfortunate for the Austrians. But 34 versus 56. Oh, the Austrians are really on the back foot here right now. And combination of very good and accurate fire from the English is really causing him a major problem, as Lone Wolf proves the point by catching a cannonball with his face. So let's see if we can find out what's going on, because it looks like the Brits are actually making a very, very definitive defence of their artillery. Their commanding officer there, Curly O'Connor, is in there, and now you can see, here we go, it looks like the Austrians have decided to try and push up onto the hill to try and take out the British artillery. Now, part of the problem that they're going to have here is that if they get drawn away from the defence, so say for example somebody comes in and attacks from this direction, draws the troops away, then another regiment could attack from this direction, and that's essentially the end of the artillery. So that's one thing that the guards have to be very careful about, is not to get drawn away from their duty of guarding this artillery hill. Now, the only drawback is they are only seem to be guarding one side of the hill. There are not any guards on this side, but then it is a lot easier to see anybody coming. This is a sharper hill, easier to disguise your numbers and your people coming through. And you can see here now, the Jaegers are starting to move up on Artillery Hill. They want to try and take it down, and they want to do that damage, as you can see here. Knuckles has just been finished off, and you can see Amiron being taken down by Yakuzaku with that canister fire. So, there's the hoplite, there's Yakuzaku. That should say Cannoneer, the hoplite, or hoplite, depending on what you want to say. Anyway, that is continuing. Let's see what else we can find out is going on the battlefield. That's the attack on oh, Jesus Christ almighty. That is the attack on the artillery. What a mouthful. And we are now looking at the second. Look at these fine fellows. And these guys are moving out. And it looks like the second are moving in to support the Black Watch. There's Broodling, Lieutenant Broodling. Fine shot with a pistol, completely missed, as you kind of normally do with a damn pistol. And you can see Papoose also being slain. And the battle continuing, as I think the Austrians are doing reasonably okay. No, correction. Down to 2 Austrians, with multiple Brits surrounding them, not looking good. And who is this last man who's trying to defend himself? Recruit list Sup 11, and he's doing a fantastic... Well, he was. Oh, dear. Poor list Sup 11, fantastic job of defending himself. Unfortunately, was overwhelmed, as looks like someone's taken the cake, quite literally. As Corporal Cake has been murdered horribly. As now the Black Watch and the Riflemen move up. Let's see if we can find more Prussians, the Russians, Austrians, Fred, Harry, Bill, whatever. It doesn't matter, because Private Snail wasn't moving fast enough and got murdered horribly. And we'll go on to the next round, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. And we return with the next round. Hello, everyone. Now, let's see what's going on here. Riflemen moving out. Cavalry remaining in position. Well, some of the cavalry look like they're scouting. You've got the small line, probably the AT there moving out as well. And it looks like the riflemen are actually leading forward through the centre. Now, let's see. Over here, look at this. This is going to be interesting because if you look here, you can see the Austrians. Aha! See, got it right that time. The Austrian lights are moving out. Now, they're moving out to the right flank. They're probably going to look to cross the river and maybe sneak up on the artillery section on the right-hand side. As 2 members of the artillery section have been taken down by Stevenson, a fine shot. And you can see here, artillery waiting over there. Cavalry setting up, sorry, artillery section, start again. Cavalry setting up over there, artillery setting up over here. Now you've got another line moving in from the Austrians, and look at that cannonball just bouncing towards the artillery section. Fantastic stuff. Yet another cannon, you hear it whistling by. So, look at this across. It looks like the cavalry, the British cavalry, have now got very aggressive and are starting to push up on that right flank here by the Great Arch. The lights of the Austrian army are trying to attack them, or at least do some damage to them before they get anywhere near the artillery. But it could be that this is a very unfortunate situation, as they are bearing down with great rapidity onto the Austrian artillery. This is going to be a nasty situation. It could be all over for the Austrian artillery. Yeah, look at this. Brutal goings on for the Austrian artillery. They're pretty much going to die horribly. As we can just wait and see what happens, as a good play there by the members of the British cavalry have taken down the Austrian artillery section. Now, that means that this left flank is now very exposed for the Austrians. And they're going to have a hunt around. Now we can see a little bit of sword goings on. There we go. We can see here. It looks like possibly members of the AT may have been sabotaged and attacked by the Austrian cavalry. These fine fellows here. The 28th Hussars. Or 28th RH, I should say. My apologies. And the lights now moving up. And they are going for the artillery section of the British. As the cannonballs whistle past the camera. And now this is where the RT guards get into position. And there's CSM, Colour Sergeant Major Digital, reloading his very effective and extremely dangerous pistol. And now look at this, all the guys getting into the safe location away from the cavalry. This is why they build these things, so they can actually stay out of the way. A few members remain outside to attack the cavalry. Oh God, what is going on with my English? Oh Jesus Christ, I can't even say English, God damn it. Never mind. Anyway, and you can see here, engineer of choice. Oh dear. And it's not looking good for these guys, as they are essentially being surrounded. But now comes the line. The lights come in, doing a huge amount of damage. And they have repaid the favour. You can see also that they're in the process of taking down those defences, which is exactly what they've done. Oh God. That really looks like that. Oh God, that looks really painful. So anyway, now it looks like, I would say the cavalry's arrived, but unfortunately they arrived too late to help their artillery. So they're having a little bit of a slice and dice now on the hill. They're going up against... Oh, look at that. Johnny Knox doing a fantastic job with his cavalry sabre, going up against the Jaegers, who are now trying to give them some trouble. But he's about to get roundly and very nastily attacked, as now the Black Watch move up to finish the job and try and deal with the Austrian lights. You can see also there is a remainder of one of the British cavalry remaining in there. And they're still trying to do a slice and dice. As you can see, a few members get taken down. The Brits and the Black Watch are still doing a good job of trying to defend themselves. And now we see a little bit of Austrian action. Here's Mr. Pig. William Pig going after... Oh, sorry, trying to get... Look at that! A fine slice, Monsieur Pig. Monsieur Pig with a fine slice. And it looks like, even though they've lost the artillerymen themselves, they have managed to prevail on this hill, as you can see. Now, they're going to have to defend against what will be an inevitable attack by the 7 members of the Austrian army that remain. So, let's see where they are. Aha, look at this. It's the 80. And there is Adjutant Hepty. So, let's see. There's 7. And that is it. That's the army. Danger, Will Robinson. Yeah, they're going to have to go in a circle. Fine shot. Takes a guy off his horse. And the trouble is, these guys, you can't really form a square in this game. It's just never going to happen. But they literally do the whole back-to-back type thing, as their commanding officer just got barged to the floor. Oh, look at that. A fine slice. Down goes Major Dobby. Sliced in the bottom by Hepty. Fantastic stuff. No, down goes Astoria. And in come the rabid Scotsmen. Look out, everyone. The Scots are here as well to join the party, as the Austrians are now fighting for survival. Warlord gets taken down. Aaron is taken down. Berium also taken down. Stone Balls also. Finally, Virexia is finished off. And we move on to the next round. And we return for the next round. As you can see here, plenty of moving out of the Brits. Let's see if we can find out what's going on. Artillery forming a position there. Now, where are the ostriches? They will probably be diagonally opposite. Now, the only drawback that we have with this particular game is that with the observer cam, we can't fly that fast, and we don't have any way of... no, I'm not going to make you famous, Curly Connor, so no. So, as a result of that, it means you can't change the speed at which the camera moves that easily. And that's where the problem lies. So where are the Austrians hiding? Where are those sneaky buggers? Aha! Aha! We have found Austrians. So you can see them crossing the river. Cavalry over on the far flank. They've got to watch that right flank just in case cavalry tries to sneak round by the... There we go. Let's see. And the Austrians have made it across the water. You see the cavalry sniffing around over there. And we could be talking about them going up against the Brits. Let's see. There's the artillery section of the Brits. Looks like Rambo. Yep, there we go. That's an engagement of the cavalry. And look at that. The 28th Hussars also getting involved. Jean de Ville taking down 2 enemy teammates. Oh dear. Nikos just shot this general spasmatic in the face. Whoops-a-daisy. And now you can see these guys. The Baker riflemen. Trying to defend themselves. Yeah, that went well, Deville. Never mind. Going up against riflemen. Yeah, they shot you in the face pretty quickly. So, here come the Austrians, and they're after... Oh, wow, these Austrians came in really quick. It is the AT, and it looks like they're going after that British artillery section very quickly indeed. As Adjutant Hepty has been taken down by Delta Master, and Delta Master finally finished off by Astoria. And you can see here the AT line now forcing the cavalry, sorry, the artillery members to flee, including this guy who's not fleeing very quickly, from their area. Now they line up, ready to shoot at the fleeing British. As a result of that, these cavalrymen, oh Jesus, I'm doing it again, artillerymen, like this gentleman here, Yakuzaku, are now running for the British lines, with William Pigg leading the way. I wonder how piggy does he look? Oh God, he does look very piggy. Look at that. Wow. Quite the face, Mr. Pig. So, you can see here massive, massive amounts of dead horses. And look at that, a line moving out. Most likely Brits, I would say. We'll have to see. Although getting closer, I don't know, it's difficult to say. Yeah, that's definitely Brits with the rifles. And followed up by cavalry at the rear. Now. Ow! And frantically teabagged. Oh dear me. And you can see them destroying everything that they can here. Those damn Austrians. There's Napoleon with his horn. Yeah, less said about that the better, really. So the English artillery section is now defunct, as Major Dobby has just been taken down, and in come the AT. There's Lone Wolf and Crusty Old Neeg, or Crusty Little Neeg, I should say, as the riflemen, the Jaegers, continue to defend it. As it looks like we might have a little bit of horsey action going on there. Here we go, here's our horsey action. There we go. Oh, what's he doing? What's he up to? There's Sagan. Oh, that's naughty. That's really naughty, but... Oh dear, he's after him. He's after him, get him. He's going back to get his horse. He's going back to get his horse. Can he get him in time? He's waiting. Oh, he's been hit by the horse. This is Sagan trying to defend himself. He's looking to hide. Can he punch that horse to death? Oh, look at him dodging out the way. Punch! Punch that horse! Punch that horse! Oh, look at this. Man versus horse. There's a little bit of horse punching occurring here by Sagan. Oh dear. Oh dear. He's going in for the horse punch. He's going in for more horse punching. Oh God, this is ridiculous. Oh God, it's a fist fight in the middle. You don't want to take on Scots in a fist fight. Oh, this is so utterly ridiculous. This is why I love Napoleonic War community. They are completely ridiculous. Look. Oh my God, look at this. The poor man is being absolutely blocked in by loads of rabid Scotsmen. Get out, get out. He's escaped again. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's... Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, it's a mass punch up, ladies and gentlemen. Oh dear, someone brought out the... Oh, Sagan's still alive. How has he done it? He's got the sword out and down he goes. Oh dear. Absolutely brilliant, Sagan. Absolutely brilliant. We loved it. And so, United Kingdom have won the round. Wow, what an ending. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for watching this Napoleonic Wars event. Thank you to the AT for allowing me to come along. And we shall see you all next time for more. Oh, sorry, not the AT, the second. I do apologise. Well, there's a second in there as well. So, anyway, it's all fun and games. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.